And welcome to the John Garlic Show. I'm John Garlic with
Lazy Glance.
And we have a very special guest. It is
Snickers.
Snickers.
The African fat-tailed gecko.
Really?
Yes, that is his name. I don't know why you have to have an issue with it.
I have an
It's
issue
his
because you're calling him a
identification.
fat-tailed gecko.
Snickers, the fat-tailed gecko. Look at this
Snickers.
beautiful tail.
Does he
hurt.
help you
wants-
save
he wants
15% or
this
more on car
gorgeous.
insurance?
No, that's Geico. We love Geico at the house.
You know, we get mad when we call people like lying pony dog soldiers, and you're like a fat gecko.
So we want Snickers to have this beautiful fat tail.
We do.
It's
Why
a
is that?
reserve. It stores extra fat so that if he's having a bad day or a bad long time and can't find food, he's got extra fat in his tail over here.
So you're
But
saying you don't feed him
also,
well?
it serves as, obviously I do, look at that nice fat reserve right there.
Okay.
But the other thing is when this guy is being his natural predator self, he eats bugs, but he'll kind of run up to something and he'll stop and he'll wiggle his little tail here,
Yeah.
and it makes the prey think that that's his face, and that's how he's able to grab them.
Oh,
So
how
he wants his
tricky
beautiful,
is that?
chunky
Wow.
little tail here. It's a good thing.
That's pretty tricky. So
Exactly.
let's tell everybody what we're doing here. So, we have Sarah Woolmaker
Hi, everyone.
from the Anniston Natural History Museum, or whatever that you're calling him now, the
The Anniston Museums and Gardens.
Anniston
yes.
Museums
That's our
and
campus
Gardens.
name. Yes.
which is the Natural History Museum and the Birmingham Museum
Yes.
and the
Longleaf Botanical Gardens.
It's a whole complex.
Exactly.
long
And
name.
it's not
It
too
is.
complicated to go, but what's he doing?
He's hanging out. He's having a good day.
He's got his eyes
He's
open.
trying to attack you, John.
He's checking.
You're the
Geckos love me.
Do they?
They do.
Okay,
They
let's
find
do.
out.
Yeah. We get insurance from them.
No. You stole that from me. I said that 5 seconds ago.
Did you?
Yes.
Okay.
You're like children.
Come up with your own stuff, John.
You're like children.
So
We are.
we have all kinds of really cool live animals tonight.
Yes.
Except we do not have snakes.
No snakes.
No snakes, because
were
we
rules
learned Monday
in
night
place.
that Sparky doesn't like snakes, and we have no birds because Alfred Hitchcock girl over there does not like birds.
We have a lot of reptiles, though, and we brought a mammal with us. So we have a good variety of critters here to learn about and see what we're doing at
A
the
mammal?
Anniston Museum. So we have a mammal. One mammal.
One mammal.
One mammal.
Okay.
The cute and cuddly.
So he's like looking at TV. He's good with it.
He was made for TV. Look at this. He's
Look at
staring
that
at
guy.
you. He's sticking his tongue out
Oh,
at you.
how
So
sweet.
he eats bugs.
Checking out. He does. Mhm.
Now he's from Africa, so he's not natural to Alabama.
Right, yeah. If you find this guy, it is somebody's lost pet. You do not want to see him walking around Anniston or anywhere else, for that matter. He should be in Africa or in a terrarium at a
Or at
pet
the
store
museum.
or in your house or at the museum, yeah.
So, do you feed him bugs at the museum?
He gets crickets, yes.
He gets crickets?
Yes, he loves his crickets.
Little Jiminy cricket.
I was going to say Jiminy. R.I.P.
He does love his crickets, though, and he'll, like I said, track them down, and he has a good time with it. So,
How many
So you
little
challenge
toes
him?
does he have?
yeah, can you see his toes? I don't know if everybody can see them. He has 5 toes,
Okay,
though.
5, okay, I
And
thought I saw
so
3.
a lot of like our native geckos that we have like the house gecko and stuff, they'll have those sticky toe pads to help them climb.
Oh, yeah.
These guys have nails, like tiny little nails on the end of it, because they live in a sandy environment. So if they had not claws, just nails.
Nails.
Okay, you made a face, just nails.
Well, it's nails,
Not
claws.
claws.
I'm not quite
but
sure the
he's
difference.
not scratching me. I don't have to trim him or anything.
Okay.
But it helps him when he's walking around in that sandy environment, so he's not picking up sand as he goes.
Can we put that in Lacey's hair?
I don't
we
think
not?
we should put it in her
don't
hair.
think we
That's
should
not very
either.
nice. No.
Really? Okay. Fine.
Let's not.
But he doesn't have that same ability of climbing the way that some of these other geckos do. And it all has to do with his environment, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
so
it is.
do people have these as pets then?
They can, yeah. They are in the pet trade. Mhm.
Okay. And if you have, okay, so you brought them in a little small box.
did.
But what would be a safe size terrarium?
Your average tray, you're looking at like a 10-gallon with a screen top, probably. You wouldn't need like a glass top or anything like that. You want to have the screen to have circulation in there. You can do a sandy environment for them, or honestly, if for cleanliness, for ease of cleaning, and to make sure they don't get impacted, paper towels or newspaper are a great substrate for them.
Okay.
So that's what we have ours on. And it just helps us make sure that they've eaten their food, that they're not eating sand, because that can do that sometimes.
Lacey,
Not on
do you have
purpose.
any pets?
No, not right now.
Do you?
I do.
You have 2 dogs.
2 dogs and a cat.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes, yes.
So you could have somebody like this on the little terrarium in the kitchen.
I used
and
to
you
have
could say
lots of
hello.
animals.
Oh,
I raised miniature dachshunds for years.
Okay.
A long, long time ago. So we had like
Really?
23 dogs. Yeah, we had a
a lot of kibble.
36-gallon fish tank, freshwater,
Okay.
lots of fish.
Okay.
We had a cockatiel and a couple of parakeets.
So we are accepting volunteers at the Anniston Museum of Natural History. Should you decide
I
you
used
need
to be a
to
volunteer.
be around more
Yeah.
animals, you can come help us in our live animal building.
I was
Seems
a
like you have
volunteer many
experience.
years ago.
What'd you do?
I was a docent at Nature Space.
Nice.
And my daughters
Nice.
were volunteers. I told my oldest daughter you were going to be on the show, and she said, I hope they bring a possum. That's what I used to walk.
Yeah,
She used to
Penelope,
walk
was
the
it
possum.
Penelope the possum?
I
I've heard
guess,
about
yeah.
Penelope, yeah.
Yeah, she used to walk the possum.
That's
Say that
awesome.
again.
That's awesome.
Say that again.
Possum.
You had a possum?
No.
The museum had a possum.
The museum had
I
a
was
possum.
Yes.
I was
Yes.
like, what?
And my daughter Samantha would walk the possum.
Fun fact for everybody listening and watching, it is you cannot have a pet possum, so that is frowned upon by the state. So just to kind of clear the air there, you do have to have permits and things for our native wildlife. So
What if
fun
I
fact.
feed the possum every day and he
If
hangs
the
around
possum
the
comes
backyard?
up to your backyard to eat your cat food because you left it out,
That's
that
one
possum
thing.
is using his resources. But
And if I name him?
don't bring him. Don't bring them inside or
Don't bring 'em
anything.
inside?
Yeah, it's
What if he
best.
wants to come
We
inside?
need our possums outside. They
Okay,
eat thousands of ticks. They're
They
good
do.
for us. We
They're
need
very
our
good.
possums.
They are
yes.
good. They are
yeah,
good for us.
they're great for the
Yes.
environment.
And
outside.
other little known fact is your children can volunteer at the museum.
Yes, they can. Starting at age 14.
Age
yeah.
14.
Wow.
Yeah, starting at age 14.
Cool.
Yep.
So especially the summer and then like spring break and things or Christmas break, we get a lot of kids that come in and they learn how to do, how to be essentially like a zookeeper, so a museum keeper, and they take care of our live collection.
So how many animals in the live collection?
Right now, such a good question. So we
Figured I'd
have,
stump you right
yeah,
here on
we
live
have
TV.
He'll do
3 raptors right now. We do have 5 large aviaries
Raptors.
outside, but we have 3 currently, and then we have, I think, 15 different snakes.
Oh.
We have 2 geckos, a chinchilla, a hedgehog, a gator,
What, a hedgehog?
all the things. We do have a hedgehog. Amy Rose, Sonic's girlfriend.
Oh, how cute.
He's hanging his tail out.
He is. He's hanging out. See, fat-tailed gecko. Look at
Yeah.
that. It looks like his face, though.
It does.
Even has a little snout.
It does. It's very tricky.
Yeah.
You're very clever.
And he's a lot of folks they see him, they think he's going to be rough, but those bumps on his back here, he's very smooth.
Does he like that?
Yeah, you can pet him if you'd like. Go ahead.
Hello, hello.
He's just a different sensation.
He is. He's really cool.
Would you like to pet him?
I'm okay. Thank
Okay.
you, though. I will look.
Okay.
Look
Okay.
at the gecko. It's a gecko. Okay, fine. You ate haggis.
What?
She
Baby
ate
steps,
haggis.
John, baby steps.
Okay.
I cannot eat haggis and pet a gecko in 1 month's time.
I believe in you, though. Maybe next time. Maybe next time.
Well, he's sweet. Okay, so you have a bunch of animals.
Yeah. Do you want to see the next one?
Yes, I want to see the next
Let's
one.
do that.
Let's put him up.
Well, we're going to put him in his nice little carrier here. Come on, Mr. Snickers.
Hi, Snickers.
There
He's
we
got
go,
nothing
buddy.
to enjoy in there. Here,
He
we can
doesn't
put him
need
over
anything.
here. Can we
He's
put him
going to
over
go to
here?
rest. Yeah, absolutely. Let me shut
Oh,
it though.
shut
There
off,
we go.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay, Snickers. Let's go.
Take him for a
You can
walk,
watch what's going on. Where are you going?
Who's missing those 23 dogs?
I know.
What is this?
This is Pickles,
Pickles.
the bearded dragon. She was snoozing, so we got to
was.
wake her up. Look at her. She's passed out
How do you
here.
know that she's snoozing?
Well, when I got her out of the car, she was just
It's because it's
zonked,
cold outside.
so-
Don't they get like?
She does need heat. Yeah, she's from Australia. She'd be native to Australia. Again, if you find this guy in your backyard or on a hike, please take him to a vet center or the shelter or something because he's lost.
She looks
Does
very
she flare
stern.
out? Does she flare out? The
She
neck
can kind of puff out. It's not going to go out like
Oh,
I'm
okay.
thinking of like the dinosaur in Jurassic Park that like flails, you know.
Oh, yeah, that
She's
thing.
not going to do that, but she can puff out these scales here a little bit, and she'll change
Okay.
colors.
Okay.
And she'll also flatten out like a pancake.
Yeah, she's
so
kinda doing that now.
if she's a pancake, so you mentioned being cold. If she's darker and pancake, she's trying to attract more heat.
Oh.
And then if she's darker in her chin, she has an attitude.
Oh.
If that chin here, if the beard is dark,
mad at
she
you.
has an attitude, yeah.
Yeah.
So males and
what-
females are pretty funny in this species.
So what gets her to have an attitude?
Sometimes if she sees her reflection and she thinks it's another bearded, she could have an attitude with
They're
that because
territorial?
they can be. They can be. Yeah, males especially. We used to have
Alright.
a male one who, anytime he saw his reflection, I had a professor, a biology professor, that did a great example of this. He would
Was
head
he
bob.
afraid of his?
No,
Oh.
he would explain this, and
Oh,
he would
okay.
talk about the head bob that they would do, how they're
that's
like at a
funny.
rock concert.
Yeah.
Yes.
And if they're doing that, they're basically having the other one will do it, and they'll have a competition. Whoever stops first is the loser.
And what happens then?
Really?
They
Wow.
wave
Then
their
what?
little They literally will wave their leg up like this, almost like a white flag, as
Okay.
a way of giving up, and then they have to leave. So,
Really?
and they're determining their territory, or they're arguing over a mate.
Really?
Over the female.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Huh.
So
The female has
if
no
the
say
male
in
does
that.
it to the female, then the female's like, hey, I'm just passing through. They'll wag their little leg up in the air, and then keep on going. So
I'm trying to steal your
very,
girl.
yeah, very. It's just comical, honestly, and especially when you saw them against their own reflection. I was like, buddy, you're going to be doing this all day because they're never going to give up. I'm so sorry. So
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah,
And
that's
the
pretty
poor,
funny.
The poor little girls. They just
yeah.
they're
They have to
stuck
keep
with
on
whoever
going.
wins.
Keep on going, absolutely.
Look at
But
that. What
she's
would Nikki
super
say
social.
about that?
She's super social.
She's super what?
Social.
Oh, she's social.
Yeah, she's very social. She likes to come out. She'll come visit our front desk sometimes.
Aw.
She likes to go on outreaches, so she'll go to the schools. She'll go to birthday parties.
She's pretty. She's
She
got a
is,
very stern
she
face.
is so chill, though.
You've
Well,
got
yeah,
a very-
because you keep
relaxed.
asking her questions, John.
well,
She can hear you.
of course she
Yeah.
can.
She can hear you. She
She's
got nice
annoyed
little
with
ears
you.
on the side here.
Look, the
Oh, that's cool.
Snickers is like, I want to come out.
Exactly. Snickers is ready to rock and roll again. Snickers is nocturnal, though. This guy is diurnal. So she's
Oh.
like, no, I'm supposed to be in bed right now. The sun is down.
She's like, okay,
We
you're
woke her
keeping
up.
me up. Oh, sorry. But you wanted to come.
Yeah, I
You
know.
said you
She
did.
saw us get the carriers out, and she started
wanna
scratching at the door. So
So you were talking about a professor. So
Yeah.
what is your educational background?
I have a bachelor's in biology from Jacksonville State.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And you're what are you at the museum? You're like
I'm the assistant director. Yeah, I'm the assistant director. So, yeah.
So that's pretty cool. So biology degree to museums.
Yeah, I'm more on the business side now. So I started off in education, loved education.
Yep.
But this side of it, I am seeing more of your, I don't know, just the business and the relationships that we build, the different side of it, the fundraising aspects of it. And
That's
I
good.
still get to dabble
with
with
the
the critters and
animals. 'Cause
see
you're
that,
the
which is what
assistant
I like to
director,
do.
you can do
I know
whatever you
that
want.
Yeah, I do call my ed director sometimes and say, hey, I need to socialize and give me a tour. And so I'll go out and do our tours, and
So
that's fun.
are you assistant director of the whole museum complex?
Of
then?
the campus, yeah.
Of the campus. Oh, that's
yeah.
good.
So we have our executive director and then assistant.
We're going to take a break, so be right back. We're just going to hang in here,
We'll see you later.
and we'll have more live animals on the John Garlic Show.
What's going on, everybody? Scoot from Hooligan Harley, your one-stop shop for all your motorcycle needs, ranging anywhere from our new and pre-owned motorcycle inventory, all the parts and accessories you could ever ask for in our parts department, all the gear you could ever need while riding in our motor clothes department, and of course our award-winning service department. Don't forget to check out our events tab on our website to keep up with everything we got going on. And remember, guys, if nobody has it, Hooligan has it. I'll see you soon.
Hey everybody, this is Roper & Son Septic Service. I'm Ashley Roper, this is my dad Dwight Roper, and this is Mr. Phil Williams. And we're licensed and insured for pumping and for installing. If you can't use, you can. Let Ashley Roper be your septic tank man. Y'all have a blessed day.
Gardens on Air is a unique farm right here in East Central Alabama, family owned and operated since 2010. It is the state's largest indoor hydroponic farm. Gardens on Air's goal is to feed, educate, and be immersed in the community they are located in. They want to teach people what it truly means to eat local and support local. Gardens on Air, located in Hopes Bluff, Alabama.
And we're back with this guy. And what is
This
it
is
she?
Gus.
Gus.
Gus
it's
the
a he.
chinchilla. Yes, it is a male. Gus the chinchilla.
Gus.
Gus, exactly. Gus
From
Gus.
Cinderella.
Precisely, yes.
Oh.
Yes. Gus was donated to us from one of our volunteers, and
really?
he has been a great addition to our education program. He's the cute and fluffy, so if you're not maybe a big fan of the reptiles, then Gus might be better for you.
He doesn't
She
like-
just rejected John. He touched her tail and she said no.
Do you guys know anything about chinchillas?
Nothing.
So
Tell
Tell
us
us about
more.
a chinchilla.
Chinchillas are from South America, the Andes Mountains.
The Andes.
Yes.
So he's feeling pretty good now.
Exactly. He loved it outside for sure.
Yeah, I'm sure.
He is one of the softest animals in the world because of the density of his hair follicles.
Oh.
And because of that, if he gets wet, he can mold.
Oh,
So
no.
it's super important that we don't give these guys regular baths. He's
Oh,
not like
wow.
the
How do you
kiddos.
clean them?
He has to have a dust bath. So
does
in
that
their
work?
native environment, they would have volcanic ash on the mountains, and they would scratch it with their little front paws and use this beautiful wire tail here to comb it over their fur. And so in captivity, you have you go to the store and you buy chinchilla dust. That's the label of it, and you have to give them a certain amount every day, and they will. I mean, the moment you put it in his enclosure, he hops in immediately and just starts, he will literally roll in circles
Really?
and cover his whole face. He's the cutest thing. He looks like he has salt all over him. It's so adorable.
So that's amazing. So
Yeah.
these animals in the wild, they know they can't get wet because they'll turn moldy.
Mm-hmm.
So somehow in there they go, wow, we can't roll in water,
this. Mm-hmm.
but we've got volcanic ash here. Lucky us. Now let's figure out how to get clean with
And
it.
it removes all the moisture from their fur, so it keeps them warm, keeps them comfortable, right? And it's exactly what they need. So after today's show, when he goes back to his enclosure, I will give him some volcanic ash, because even like the oils from your hands, he can feel kind of matted down.
Oh,
so
okay.
we'll give him that, and he'll freshen himself up. It's like having a bath when you go home.
Does it matter what kind of volcano it comes from?
I don't think that matters. I
Okay.
think that it's mass produced at this point for like pet stores and
I wonder
things.
how they
so
make that.
I'm not sure. If I ever meet somebody that makes it, I'll ask.
I wonder if they like get volcanic ash,
I don't know.
because there's a lot of it laying around in places where we have volcanoes,
I have
right?
no idea.
That's pretty cool.
But yeah, he's a great addition, and they're just interesting. They are social also. So if you have them in captivity, you have to like slowly introduce them. We used to have 2 males, and they would argue. So we had to slowly introduce them, have like play dates, and then they got along great.
Yeah.
But in the wild, they live in groups, and they have one that's the lookout. So they're nocturnal. So he's happy and alert tonight.
Oh, okay.
And they'll bounce around all over. And one of them, while everybody's feeding or hanging out or looking for their friends, one of them has to be super still and listen and alert, and he will honk if he hears some kind of a predator, or they make all types. This guy, he will posture at you when he's not in the mood. He will
He'll
stand
do
on
what
his
with me?
he'll posture. He'll stand on his back feet and just
Really?
he'll bark at you like a dog.
Really?
Yeah.
Does it sound like a dog?
It can. I mean, they make all types of sounds, so it's pretty funny.
Are you going to
They're-
make a sound for us
John,
now?
make him bark.
He's pretty cool. There was one night at the museum I was working late, and I kept hearing just like a barking sound, but also knocking around. And I was looking like, oh man, there's somebody in this building with me, you know? And I snuck up and I flicked the light on really fast, and it was Gus. And I felt
Gus.
pretty silly at
Gus,
the end of
Gus.
that. So
Hello,
yeah,
Gus.
little Gus
So
Gus.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, they're pretty neat guys. Absolutely.
And he's very soft.
He is
But
incredibly
I bet you
soft.
people who have these as pets may not know all that volcanic ash stuff.
They should, yeah. We hope that people do some research before they get their pet. We had a little girl have a birthday party with us once, and when I left the birthday party, I told the parents, please get this girl a chinchilla. She had done so much research. She had made a little booklet of how to take care of them. I was like, she deserves this chinchilla. She knows
Yes.
what to do.
that's
It was
great.
precious. So, but we have one of those big, those balls you can put like hamsters in. And stuff.
Yeah,
We have
yeah.
a large one, so we'll put Gus in that, and he'll
Oh,
run
that's
around
fun.
the lobby. So he gets his exercise.
Very good.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
wonderful.
Yeah,
He's great.
he is.
His little
He's a cool
whiskers
guy.
just-
His whiskers are just
Twitching a mile
Yeah.
a minute, right? Yeah.
So what's he doing when he's doing that?
He's
Like,
checking his surroundings, yeah, sniffing and checking his
He's
surroundings.
checking
Kind of
you
like a
out,
cat, how
Jonathan.
they use their whiskers.
Yeah.
So same concept.
What are you thinking,
Mm-hmm.
Gus? What are you thinking?
What is my escape route?
Yeah.
Oh, you're looking to
If
get out of
I
here?
exit here, which way will I go?
You got your tail. Ooh,
He said the tickles. The tickles.
is he going to go?
So they're pretty cool
Said
guys.
nope.
Yeah, and they have tiny little feet in the front,
Little
so they'll
feet.
stand on their back feet if they need to, and kind
Really?
of posture like this, and
They'll-
like stick
they'll
their chest
stand up-
out like they're ready to fight. You know?
Really?
It's pretty funny. Yeah,
That is
there's a
pretty
lot
funny.
of character in this little ball here.
So
It's us again.
if somebody wants one of these as a pet, where do they get them?
There's different breeders that you can go to. We always recommend going to a USDA licensed breeder.
Do they
just
breed
have different
like guinea
standards.
pigs?
I wouldn't say they breed like guinea pigs.
The guinea pigs will breed like crazy. All right, let's go to the next animal
Yes.
here. We only
Here,
have a
let me
few
put
minutes
this
here.
guy
Wait, let's
behind
put him back in here.
Yes, please.
Here we go. We're putting him back in.
And then we're going to go back to reptiles.
Back to reptiles.
Yes, if you'll lock that up for me.
Okay, Gus, behave.
See you,
What are you
Gus.
doing?
All right,
Okay.
one more, friends.
He just shook. He just all shaky.
This one has been. This one's been talking to me for a while over here. Right by
We'll
my
put
feet.
Gus
Oh
down
my goodness
here
gracious.
so you can look
This
at
is
Sparky.
Irwin.
Oh,
You may know
Steve
oh,
Irwin.
oh.
Oh my
R.I.P., right?
goodness.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello, Irwin.
Hi.
So-
Named after Steve. no doubt,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
He's not soft.
He is not soft. He definitely doesn't have that fur.
You've got
the
his
same
mouth
as chinchilla.
taped.
I do. I'm standing in the middle of both of you, so I feel like that's safest for everybody,
Really?
including
Is he
Irwin.
dangerous?
Ooh,
He is a predator.
Well, he
he's
is.
smacking me, it seems.
He
so.
is. Well, he's
He
mad
was
at you 'cause
smacking
you
around
taped
Trying
his
to let you
here.
mouth.
know I am a predator. Look at me. He's hissing. He has an opinion right now.
Are you hissing?
So,
Your
Yeah.
mouth
that
is
tail?
taped.
Oh.
he'll slap. He'll slap. Yeah.
His mouth is
So
taped.
Irwin came from Alligator Alley in southern Alabama.
Oh.
What is Alligator Alley?
Alligator Alley is one of the coolest places you can go to because you go down and they have all these alligators. They rescue alligators, like nuisance alligators. They have different ponds or pools. You okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
And different sizes will go in them. And we have a program basically where we will have one alligator, and when she gets to be too large for her enclosure, then we go down to Alligator Alley and we
Swap
trade
them
her
out?
out, and we get a baby again, a little hatchling.
Really?
So when we got Irwin here, Irwin was probably that big, as long as that tail is right there.
Wow.
So very little, and he has grown a
So
considerable
when will
amount.
he be too big for you
I
guys?
would say probably this summer. Probably
Really?
this summer we'll contact them and just see
Summertime.
if they get hatchlings
How much bigger
and trade
will
them
he
out.
get by
So
this summer?
we'll have to wait and see. Usually he'll fill out. He'll fill out a little bit. His belly will get a little bit wider, and he'll fill
Okay.
out on us.
But now, how big would he get? I mean,
When he gets to Alligator Alley,
well, yeah, I mean, how big?
they
is-
have 12-foot alligators.
So is this guy going to be like 12?
He can grow to as big as he wants. It is somewhere they go and they live for the remainder of their lives. It's a really cool place. And, you can pay admission and go in and tour it. And we
pretty
had one
cool.
named Scooter that we took down there, and Scooter's living his best life. And then we had Rosie, and Rosie's living her best life now. And now we have Irwin.
Irwin,
So-
and his mouth is taped.
His mouth
Okay,
is taped.
okay, so somebody had to tape. Did you tape his mouth?
I did tape his mouth.
All right.
Okay.
So his mouth wasn't taped when you went to tape it.
No. His mouth is taped for a program for safety reasons.
So yes, I get that. But
Yes.
his mouth was not taped when you
No.
taped it. So you had to tape his mouth.
Yes.
Did he let you do that?
Well, and I held
Or-
him,
or
and
you
I
were,
did
like,
this,
missing a
and then
thumb?
my coworker said, bloop, bloop, bloop,
Oh, so you didn't
and
do
then
it by
we let
yourself?
go. No.
Ooh, look what he did with
it's
his
a
eye. when
tag
you did
team
that.
Yeah,
effort.
I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me go this way so you
Okay,
can
let's
see.
do that eye thing
If
again.
you look at his eyes, so alligators have a third eyelid. Dogs do too, fun fact. Watch him open his eyes here. And when he opens it, when he decides he's wanna. There's going to be an eyelid that swipes across, kind of like a windshield wiper. And so when they dive underneath the water, that clear
Yeah.
eyelid will come across, and that way they can swim with their eyes open, and it protects them.
He did it like twice without closing
Yeah.
the big one. He just
He can move that independently. It's super cool. They come with their own goggles and their own nose plugs.
their own nose plug.
Yeah, when they go underneath, there's a valve, that essentially, I call it a valve, within their nose that when they go under, it'll shut so that way they don't breathe in water.
I was watching a YouTube video. This guy, I don't know where he was working, but he had alligators he worked with.
Mm-hmm.
And he was laying on the bottom of whatever pond, and the alligator was floating up top. And he was blowing bubbles
Mm-hmm.
at the alligator, and the alligator floated down to him to investigate
Mm-hmm.
and got right down on top of him. But the alligator did that without venting any air. He just kind of just floated down. I don't know how he did that. It was spooky.
Their anatomy is pretty wild, honestly.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So this species of alligator
Mm-hmm.
is how old? How far back in time do these go?
I couldn't answer that question,
You're
to be
a
honest,
biology
John. I mean, you're gonna go, if you go back in time, you know, you have like the saltwater crocodile, there's so many different branches in the timeline. I couldn't
got you.
tell you exactly
So he's
how
an
long.
alligator.
We consider this a living fossil because it's the living closest related thing to.
He's got a fat tail, and you're a living fossil.
I mean,
We are mean to him.
Basically, they're
it's
both miniature
fantastic.
dinosaurs.
Right, it's really cool. The
It is
kids
cool.
love it, okay?
Of
The
course they
kids
do.
love it.
Of course they do. They want to
Yeah.
take the tape off his mouth.
They do.
Like he's just
They
looking
do.
at me.
He's smiling
He's
at
just-
you.
I was going to say, he's
Yeah.
kind of like smirking at me.
Have you pet him?
No, I haven't.
Why not?
Just do me a favor and stay like right there and duck. He doesn't want you touching his face.
I wasn't going to touch his
I
face.
was just gonna tell you.
John, please don't make the alligator mad.
Just right here.
Just here?
Yeah.
Can he feel that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he can feel all that. Yeah.
how
I
do
mean,
you
if he
know?
gets really covered in gunk, algae, or things, you can take a toothbrush and scrub him.
Really? Does he like
And
that?
I
Like
think
a back
so.
scratch?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, I know our turtles, they love it. We get toothbrushes you can scrub the back of their carapace, and they'll wiggle their little booties with it.
Does he grab stuff with his?
No, he does not grab things with his nails. No.
Okay. So that's just
He
for
does have, I
swimming.
don't know if you can see that too, but he has webbed feet,
Yeah.
so it helps him swim.
Yeah.
And so
And
they've got crazy adaptations.
When they attack, they roll their prey, right?
Yes, they'll do the death roll. Absolutely. They'll grab hold. And so that tape, the reason why this tape works to keep his mouth shut, all their muscles are designed to shut their mouth so he can't fight against the resistance like that. So
okay.
that's why you see these people that are jumping on top of 14-foot long alligators and they're grabbing hold of their mouth and you think, how is that duct tape holding it?
Right.
It's their strengths are designed to shut their mouth. So once you have their mouth closed, if you can tape it from that point,
Very
it's
good.
much safer.
And so they are predators. What do they eat?
Any small mammal, any small
Any
mammal they can
small
get a hold
mammal.
of, yeah.
Are these just little
So-
teeth? I
They'll even
see?
eat turtles.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh,
They'll grab
See his little
anything.
teeth, John? You see that?
I told you he's smiling, right?
Yeah.
I see his little teeth.
Got those
I'm
pearly
really grateful he
whites.
hasn't peed on me yet.
Oh,
We're on a
goodness.
roll.
Let me move.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yay!
Splash
Well,
zone, guys.
no.
You're in a splash zone.
Okay, so if people want to come to the museum, where is it and how do they get there and all that good stuff?
We are on Museum Drive in Anniston, Alabama. I highly recommend you visit our website beforehand to see all of our awesome programs. Our website is www.exploreamag.org. You can follow us on Facebook at Anniston Museums and Gardens. We have a passport ticket, which is discounted admission to both of our museums in one day, or general admission for one museum.
And our museum complex is unique.
It is.
In the world. There are things at the Museum of Natural History you will not see anywhere else in the world.
Wow.
And there are things at the Berman
Berman
Museum,
Museum, yeah.
that you will definitely not see anywhere else in the world. So when I have people come visit me in Anniston, I always take them to the museum
We appreciate it.
so that they can see these wonderful things. And it really is unique to
It is.
Anniston. We
It is.
need to hang on to them. So, all right. And we got 30 seconds or we got 30 seconds. So,
Thank you for coming.
really
Thank you so
appreciate
much.
We always have a good time coming out. And
yeah,
visiting with folks.
and I'm glad you brought Erwin.
Thank you. Erwin's glad too. He'll wave to our folks here.
Wow.
Good spirits. Good spirits.
There he is. There he is. All right. Thank you very much. We will see you again next week on the John Garlic Show.